Hey guys, I'm going to read Disney's Beauty and the Beast, a little golden book. Let's start. Once upon a time there lived a young prince in a beautiful castle. Although he had everything his heart desired, the prince was spoiled and selfish. One winter's night, an old beggar woman asked the prince for shelter from the cold. In return, she offered him a rose. Repulsed by the old woman, the unkind prince turned her away. The woman warned him not to be deceived by appearances, since beauty is found within. When the prince dismissed her again, the old woman's ugliness melted away to reveal a beautiful enchantress. The prince tried to apologize, but it was too late. The enchantress knew there was no love in his heart. As punishment, the enchantress turned the prince into a hideous beast. Then she placed a spell on the castle and all who lived there. The rose she had offered him was an enchanted rose. Then she placed a spell on the castle and all who lived there. The rose she had offered him was an enchanted rose. It would bloom until the prince was 21. If he could learn to love and be loved in return before the last petal fell, then the spell would be broken. If not, he would remain a beast forever. Ashamed of his monstrous form, the beast hid inside the castle. A magic mirror was his only window to the outside world. As the years passed, he fell into despair. Slowly the rose began to wither. He did not believe anyone could ever love him. In a nearby village there lived a beautiful young woman named Belle. Belle, unlike the other girls in the village, cared only for her books. She always felt out of place. Belle loved to read about adventure and romance. Her father, Maurice, loved books too. Maurice was an inventor, a genius according to Belle, a crackpot according to the townsfolk. Belle is even stranger than her father, the villagers whispered. Her nose is always in a book and her head is in the clouds. Gaston, the handsomest man in town, wanted to make Belle his wife, even though she thought he was a brainless brute, and turned him down again and again. Gaston was determined to wed the lovely Belle. One cold day, Maurice hitched his horse, Philippe, to a wagon and set off to show his latest invention at a faraway fair. But Maurice read the map wrong and became lost in a forest. As an icy wind whistled through the trees, he suddenly heard the howling of wolves. Philippe bolted and Maurice fell to the ground. Trying to escape the wolves, the frightened man ran deeper and deeper into the woods. He came to a castle and scrambled inside. There he was greeted by Mrs. Potts the teapot, Cogsworth the clock, and Lumiere the candelabrum, who had all been servants to the prince. But before he had time to marvel over these strange creatures, an even stranger one appeared. The beast! When Maurice stared in horror, the beast howled angrily. Then he scooped Maurice up and carried him off to a dungeon. Meanwhile, Philippe had made his way back home. Belle took one look at the riderless horse. and knew something awful had happened to her father. "Philippe, take me to him," she cried, leaping into the horse's saddle. Without a pause, Philippe thundered off toward the woods. When they reached the castle, Belle burst inside and searched frantically for her father. The enchanted objects led her to the dungeon, but just as she found Maurice, the beast appeared. Belle let out a terrified gasp at the sight of the hideous creature. She begged the beast to free her father. When he refused, she bravely offered to take Maurice's place. "No, Belle," Maurice cried, but the beast agreed to the exchange. Before Belle could bid her father goodbye, the beast led her to her room. "The castle is now your home," he said gruffly. Belle was free to go anywhere she liked except the west wing. "You will join me for dinner," the beast ordered. "That's not a request." Still, Belle refused, and the beast stormed off in anger. That night, Belle slipped out of her room and found her way to the forbidden west wing. There she saw the enchanted rose by the window. When she reached out to touch it, the beast suddenly appeared on the balcony outside the window. Belle screamed and fled from the room. Her heart pounding, Belle ran out of the castle, mounted Philippe, and galloped off into the night. But a pack of wolves soon had them surrounded. Belle was helpless. Suddenly the beast was there, throwing the wolves aside. Belle heard terrible snarling and howling as the beast and the wolves battled for their lives. At last the wolves ran away into the woods, but the beast lay in the snow, badly injured.